What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt Samolsky. On this channel I do car reviews, and this is a 2021 Rolls Royce Ghost. Now if that doesn't scream luxury, I don't know what is. This is by far the most luxurious vehicle that I had on my channel so far. Hopefully it's not the last one, but it's beautiful. I'm just standing next to it and it's almost like I feel intimidated by it, but it's thanks to the Sarasota boutique, the Sarasota studio. Basically it's a Dimmitt Group ultra luxury car salon. They let me film this, they let me drive it, so they're awesome guys. Give them a chance if you're looking for one of those ultra luxury vehicles. So today I'm going to take you on the tour of this. We're going to check out the exterior, interior. We're going to even take this for a spin. So if you're ready, let's go. Well, so saying big or stately is basically an understatement in the case of this Ghost. Now, the Ghost has been produced by Rolls-Royce since 2010, but this particular one just came out for 2021 model. And while the previous one was basically a BMW 7 Series with the Rolls-Royce body on top of it, this one has its own architecture that it shares actually with its big brother Phantom and the Cullinan Rolls-Royce. So let's take a look at the front grille, at the front end of this vehicle. You can see those still very classy, but very bright and very big lights. The LED lights, also they had the LED daytime running lights in here. Huge, massive grille. Now what's nice about this grille, it's also illuminated from within. So if it's dark, you can see the lights shining through this chrome of this grille. And here you see Rolls-Royce written here, and of course the Rolls-Royce would not be complete without the Spirit of Ecstasy that proudly sits right on top of this hood. Now that's also the difference between this one and the previous generation one, because the hood goes all the way and on top of this grille. What powers up this thing? Well, you have to have some bolts to power up this thing. V12, that's a BMW engine, 6.75 liter V12, 563 horsepower. I mean, what's amazing about this is that they can push this massive vehicle 0 to 60 in just about 4.6 seconds. Now that's hard to believe, but we're gonna check that out. Look at this. It also says right here 6.75 liter V12 Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, Goodwood, England. Right, so this is not even the extended version. This is just a regular version of it, and it's basically the size of a Cadillac Escalade, the long one, if you believe it. I mean, it's huge. One of the trademarks for Rolls-Royce, especially some of the luxury, ultra luxury cars, is the way that the doors are opening. I'm gonna take a look at the wheels in just a second because there's a cool things about them too. But let me open the doors right here. Okay, both of the doors open like a suicide doors in the back, and look at this. You can see the entire vehicle on the inside. They open almost at the 90-degree angle to allow for the maximum entry room for both driver and or passenger in here as well. And if you want to close the door, okay, all you do is just press the button on the top of the handle and voila, it closes this for you, because you know, you own a $400,000 vehicle. Why should you even try to close the doors yourself? All right, so it does have this Rolls-Royce badge in here. Everything like in here, it's very plain, right? So you don't see any craziness, any creases. Okay, very plain. It's like one big piece of metal that it's carved out on. Well, it's not, but you know, that's how it looks like. Huge wheels, 21-inch wheels. What's pretty cool about them is the center caps of those wheels, the ones that you can see, the RR and the Rolls-Royce logo, they stay true, they stay centered, they don't move with the wheels. And this is pretty interesting feature of in here. And the huge trunk, well, or a boot like they call it in Britain. So let's open this up and I want to show you, because this is a super interesting interior right in here. All right, I gotta tell you, this is something that you normally don't see, you know, on any other car, but basically a Rolls-Royce. And I gotta tell you, which way are we gonna go first? We're gonna go in the back seat, we're gonna go in the front seat. Let's go in the back. Before we get in the back seat, check this out. It does come with umbrella, okay? So if it's raining, you can basically pull up the umbrella right out of the door right here. First of all, okay, it's all wrapped in leather, and it does have this wood trim. Now, this is not like a high shiny lacquer trim. This is an open pore wood, and you can see the Spirit of Ecstasy right embossed in this leather in here, a little bit of the piano black, and right at the bottom you do have this orange trim, okay, that somebody ordered it with this orange trim right here. You do have a Ghost that's basically lit up right in the door sill right in here. And okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, if I can raise it up a little bit, but how comfortable this is. This is the most comfortable carpet that I have ever touched, so that's insane. All right, let's look at the back seats. Okay, so the orange trim continues in the back. You do have the Rolls-Royce pillows right on top of there. You do have some orange accents, okay, and other than that, it's nothing unusual, right? Wrong. Okay, well, take a look at this. This one opens up. It pulls up this console in here. All right, so it does have some cup holders, nothing too crazy about it. What happens if we push this? Okay, so it opens up a little bit more storage. Okay, you'd be fooled if you thought it was it. Okay, how about if we pull on this? Okay, there's another compartment in here. What's inside? Check this out. There's a fridge in the back here. There's a champagne fridge. You can chill your drinks, celebrate your successes as you're driving home from a successful meeting or anything like this. I don't know what rich people do. And let's check this out. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you these screens or how they work. I'm going to be able to show you the screens, but for some reason they won't turn on. Okay, so that needs to be checked out. But actually they have you can have all the control of the vehicle, the music, navigation, etc. through those screens in the back, and you can send it to a driver or chauffeur in the front. And basically you turn them on by pushing this power button, but nothing happens. So not sure what the dealio is. All right, so the middle console right here, first of all, you do have this bump in the middle because it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. So you have those two big fans in here, temperature control, seat heater controls, and then you have this DVD player, then in case you want to watch a movie or something. All right, so underneath here, look how it lit up, pretty cool when I opened the door. So you have those air vents in here. Not only they're right at the bottom underneath the seats, but they're also right here in the pillar right in here, and they can control them. But one thing that I wanted to show you is this beautiful roof. Look at this, it's a starry night, okay? And if you're lucky enough, if you look at it for long enough, there might be a shooting star that you can see in here. Isn't that crazy? Did you see one? I saw one right there. Okay, there you go. Now make a wish. Okay, think of something. Your console right here, there's another shooting star right there, and here's the lights. You can turn this on or off. You can dim them actually. Okay, you can see how they're being dimmer. Actually, no, because we have the lights, the doors open, so everything is on right now. But this is okay. Let's check out the back of this vehicle. All right, so you can, again, this is a typical Rolls-Royce, but they've redesigned it. They even redesigned the lights. So okay, when you take a look, normally they have this kind of rectangular lights. Now they made it almost like a little bit of a triangle, but they're fully LED lights in here. At the bottom of it, you have to see to two massive exhausts. Okay, it's very heavy. It's a very big car. Like I said, it's as long as a Cadillac Escalade. It weighs well over 5,000 pounds. So what do we else have here? Rolls-Royce logo right in here. There is a camera. Let's see if we can pop this boot open. Right, so when you have it open, there's still a few components that you can see that are from BMW. If you're familiar, these are the BMW buttons actually. But other than that, I mean, you have a pretty deep trunk in here. It's very long, not very wide, but it also has this enclosure for that refrigerator that I showed you on the inside. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. Let's check it out. Let's get inside of it and let's see what it looks like on the interior. I gotta tell you, does it have the power doors? It does have the power doors when you close them. Take a look at the side of the door. Beautiful finishes. Now, when you look at this and you see chrome, this is not a plastic covered in chrome. This is actual chrome metal and stuff like this. Hey, look at this. You have the Spirit of Ecstasy right here. You have this open pore, non-lacquered wood trim in here, and everything right inside of here is leather. You do have some piano black. You do have memory seats, 3 memory seats. You also do have your seat heaters. You have, whoa, look at this. Wow, this is bright orange. And let's move in here. Let's see what we have here. First of all, you see Ghost right illuminated right at the bottom of her. The lamb skin floor mats. These are super, super fluffy and comfortable. Now, check it out. The seats, big seats. You have the Rolls-Royce right in here. You do have the orange accents, perforated leather, high quality, okay? And take a look at this timeless design, classic and modern at the same time. Let's check it out. I'm super excited because this vehicle costs more than the house that I live in, and I get to play with some cool and interesting features that are on the interior of it. So first of all, let's start off with the steering wheel. The steering wheel is kind of on the larger side, but so is everything else with this vehicle. It's large, it's classy, it's expensive, and it does have a combination of leather. It's got a combination of wood, chrome. Now, when you look at chrome, when you touch any of these buttons, you can feel the coldness of the metal. So this is not a plastic covered in chrome. This is an actual chrome pieces right here. You have the volume control for your radio right in here. You have the phone controls on the side. You have the adaptive cruise control. I mean, of course, this vehicle is modern, but it's kind of wrapped in this very classic. It's very elegant. Now, what else we have here? Now, as far as the instrument cluster, now on the left-hand side, instead of regular tachometer, you have the power reserve. So that's basically a percentage of power left. So when you gun it, that could go down to 0 if you're using 100% of the power, or, you know, if you're basically idling, it's going to be closer to 100%. In the middle, you do have the speedometer. On the right-hand side, you do have the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge. And again, this is a nice classic screen. Now, a lot of controls are actually located to the left of the steering wheel, and that's where you see the light controls, the dimmer. You have the start and stop engine, which is actually on the left-hand side on the steering wheel. And then you have this button right here. We've seen it on a lot of BMWs. That's basically the intelligent safety button that displays all of the features that this vehicle has installed as far as the driver assistance and safety. Now you have the parking brake, you have the brake hold button, and then that is it on this side right here. So we're going to move on and we're going to check it out what's on the screen right here. Well, the screen is not the biggest, and you know, but you can see a lot of similarities with BMW, and that's, you know, rightfully so, because BMW owns Rolls-Royce, and it has some components now, like this one. The architecture is completely different, but you know, the heart of it and a lot of electronics, I believe it's going to be a lot of BMW. So we can see the infotainment system, which is not touchscreen. Oh, it is. No, yes, it is. It is touchscreen. Look at this. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It is a touchscreen system, but you can also control it through this beautiful crafted controller right in here. Look at this, the Spirit of Ecstasy. It's wrapped in leather on the sides right here, and this is chrome, and the Spirit of Ecstasy sits in this glass enclosure basically in here, and everything else you can see: media, comm, menu, map, navigation option, back button, stuff like this. So that's basically normal for a lot of BMWs. By the way, so I don't forget, because I always forget to talk about keys. We look at so many different vehicles, but this is a Rolls-Royce key. So it does have this Rolls-Royce logo right in the middle in here, and then you have lock and unlock and panic button, and then nicely wrapped with leather on the back, and that is it. This is nothing too crazy about this key, but it's got some weight to it. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's look at the infotainment system and let's see what we have here. So going through the options, you have the navigation, media communication, you have applications, my vehicle, navigation, radio communications, and go back. So let's go to my vehicle, because I think the settings are going to be pretty cool. What's typical to, let's say, Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy? Nobody else has it. Okay, so we can manually lower or raise it and see if it works. Right here, lower it, boom, siding, raise it, boom, it's up. Pretty cool. We can leave it with automatic settings right there. Driver profiles, vehicle status, driving information, etc. Let's go back to the main menu. All right, as far as the media and radio, you have several different options. And the vehicle's got so many speakers. It's got tons of speakers in here. Probably one of the best sounds in the world. Unfortunately, I can't, you know, play it to you. But the nice part about it is maybe not even the sound, but the sound quality and the sound dampening. Basically this vehicle is so quiet on the inside. Let's take a look at this. What else is here? This is your big volume knob. It's your mute and volume button right here. Again, this is wrapped with leather, because why not? Okay, you have your hazard lights, you have lock and unlock, and then over here, soft, off, medium, high, max. Okay, those are the different fan speeds right here, and they're both for driver and passenger, as well as the old style temperature controls. Check this out. This is pretty awesome. Well, if you like the older designs, but you know, doesn't bother me at all. Let's put it this way. What's in the middle right here? You have the heated ventilated seats, you have this heated steering wheel, and of course you do have your windshield defogger, window defroster, etc. Okay, you push this, and then you have a cup holders. Again, back to this beautiful display of craftsmanship right here. And then what do we have other than the regular controller? We have the parking sensors. You can turn them off and on. You can raise or lower the vehicle. You do have your camera right here, and then you can open your doors, both driver and passengers, from here. All right, one thing that I want to put your attention to is right here. Okay, this is your watch, your clock, beautiful display in here. And check this out. This is the fascia. This is not an actual plastic or anything like this. This is a screen. This is all displayed in here, and you can see that even the Ghost is right displayed like on the screen. You can turn that off. I just didn't figure out where yet. And then of course, beautifully crafted leather right on top of here. And then the handles, like even this, they paid so much attention to detail, it's not even funny. We even have leather wrapped sun visors. All right, so this is the front of this vehicle. Now I'm ready to take this for a spin. Guys, check this out. I'm sitting in a freaking Rolls Royce. I've never drove one before, so this is gonna be a first one. I only have a few minutes because they have someone that's coming to look at it and hopefully buy it, right? So let's take this for a spin and return it in the same place really quickly. So what do we have here? How do we switch the gears? Okay, so it does have the gear shifter, kind of like you see on the Mercedes-Benz. One of the other things that I didn't tell you about it, now this vehicle is also equipped with the all-wheel steering. So that what makes this really unique is because this massive vehicle can turn essentially on a dime, and you know the wheels will turn the opposite direction at the slow speed. So when you have the wheels that are turning right, the rear wheels will turn left, the opposite direction at the slow speeds, and once you get to speed they will turn in the same direction to help you with cornering, etc. So this vehicle, as big as it is, shouldn't be very intimidating. Oh, we're gonna find that out really quick. Well, so far so good. That almost feels like sitting in the larger SUV. It almost feels like I should have somebody driving me around, or I should be driving someone around in this vehicle. Okay, so I know what people are saying, that it's super quiet, and it is. It's very quiet. It's very boaty too, if you will. It floats. Okay, it doesn't really drive. It floats, and the beauty of it is that you can't feel any of those bumps. Now we're talking about the sensors. So it does have the camera up front, okay, that basically monitors the road ahead of you, and that in combination with the sensors inside of this vehicle, it prepares the suspension for the bump ahead of you. Isn't that crazy? So it prepares the vehicle how to best take the bump, right? So it's gonna take it really nice, really smooth. That's crazy, right? What also is very interesting, that it does have the GPS assisted steering. So basically not steering but transmission almost. So like if you know that you're getting into a curve and the GPS goes like, hey, you know, we need to reduce the gear or put it in the right gear, so you're going to be the most comfortable driving in this vehicle. So that's amazing of what measures the engineers go to make sure that people who are actually able to afford it, which usually are very picky, and rightfully so. If you're spending so much money on the vehicle, you might as well expect the best of the best, and that's definitely what they're getting. Now, as far as driving this car, that, to be honest with you, it is big, and there's no hiding it, that this vehicle, you know, right on the door itself, it says it weighs, you know, over 6,000 pounds. Definitely doesn't feel like it when I'm driving it. It's got this nice head-up display. I'm not sure if you can see it from the rear camera here, but the head-up display basically projects the speed that you're going with, along with the speed that, you know, that's the speed limit in here. So very nice, and it's so quiet. You can't hear the engine. You can only hear me talking because I can't shut up. It's just such a nice vehicle. Now with that said, it's 400 as equipped. It's over $400,000, and I'll post everything in the description of this video of what's in this 2021 Ghost. It's a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money, and definitely if you see one on the road, you know that someone who's driving it has some dough to afford it. That's for sure. That's definitely, in addition to being a super high quality, great engineering vehicle, it's definitely a statement vehicle as well. For those of you that can afford it, awesome. Definitely should have one in the garage. Why not have a Rolls Royce? Now this one especially, this is the baby Royce. Okay, now you have the Phantom, which is bigger, more expensive. You have the SUV, the Cullinan, that's also bigger and most expensive. And you know, the engine, can't hear it. You can hear the engine of the truck in front of me, which is kind of annoying, but this one just purrs. Great sound insulation as well. Beautiful weather outside. I'm dreamy now. I should be in the back seat, have somebody driving me around. So we're gonna turn around. I'm gonna try to make this really tight U-turn, and really we're gonna see how all all-wheel steering works on this vehicle. So we'll check that out in just a second. And there you go. This is a huge vehicle. Now let's hit it. Well, we get up to 60 miles per hour really quick. Now, I gotta tell you, it's got a lot of this up and downs. It's got this boaty feeling when you're driving it. It does, you can't feel any bumps. You know, that's a huge plus on it. But it kind of compensates sometimes, in my opinion, maybe too much on it. But, you know, I don't think I have to worry about it. I won't ever be able to afford it. So, great vehicle though. It's definitely an experience driving it, letting along to being able to describe it to you. So big thanks to the Sarasota studio, the guys over at the Dimmitt Group. Alex, you know, he's a great guy. I'm going to post his number in the description of this video. If you're looking for a high-end ultra luxury vehicle, definitely give him a call. He'll be able to help you out and, you know, let you check out one of those vehicles that he has in his inventory. Guys, if you like watching videos like this, check out the rest of my channel. I hope I'll bring you more of these vehicles in the future, the ultra luxury one, as well as the regular cars that we have on our channel. I post twice a week, so if you like watching videos like this, consider subscribing. And until then, I will see you in my next video. Cheers.